Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ATR's War, Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering AEW to WWE. I am Sam the SLB, fearless leader of Bedlam Media and co-host of ATR's War, ATR Rising Sun. And alongside me today is the man behind X Wrestling's Voice of Reason, Scott.
Oh, it's back after a week away being on assignment. I'm back. Your champ is here. Your champ is here. Exactly. Thank you, Ethan. So yeah, we got lots to talk about tonight. So let's get this going.
As well as the third man, the man in black self, my co-host from ATR Rising Sun, Ethan.
Yes, it's me, Man Black, Mr. Battle in the Bank, in Japan champion for the above the ring Twitter. You can follow me on wrestling_fan_9. That's never gonna change. I'm just gonna forget all about it. You can follow me on any wrestling website, Demand, PW Mania, and Bajam.net for everything. So, and on here. Ta-da.
Guys, before we begin, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Specifically YouTube. We're growing there. We got a couple of things to talk about. Probably a shorter episode. First and foremost, folks, we know where Mania 42 is going to happen.
Si, senor.
We do. It's going to be in the home of Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints, that's right. April 11th and 12th over in New Orleans. Super excited.
Yeah, this is what, the third Mania now for New Orleans? Yeah, should be good. The last two were real fun. So I fully expect the 2-night extravaganza down in the Big Easy should be pretty good.
Ricky Saints going to WrestleMania confirmed.
Maybe.
He's going to be the host.
Maybe
that year. I don't know. I think he's destined for greater things. I've been saying it for a while. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into NXT because we are an NXT show now. Talking about AEW for a long time.
It's true.
And now the script has flipped. Flipped has script. That's right. The other thing I thought we wanted to at least address while we were here. Bittersweet. Everyone has their opinions on this. Saudi Arabia is planning to get how many? Are they getting 3 pay-per-views?
3 PLEs, yeah.
Did they say if they were 3 of the big 5?
They just said 3.
Yeah. So obviously we know of the Rumble.
Yes.
That's the first one. And obviously they'll have Crown Jewel. So they always have Crown Jewel.
Does that count though?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's always one of their big ones that they have over there. So now it's just a matter of what the third one's going to be. They've had a smattering of different ones along the year. They've had their Super Showdown be one. They had the Greatest Royal Rumble. They had, I think, Elimination Chamber just recently.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the third one is, but, the only good thing about that, at least for me, is that it's a Saturday pay-per-view in the afternoon.
Yes.
So I'm living on the East Coast. That's a great thing for me. I'm completely okay with that.
That's why I like with the international shows. I can watch them in the afternoon and be done.
Exactly. Oh, you have the whole rest of the evening. It always makes me remember when Sam and I went to Vegas for Double or Nothing, and the pay-per-view gets out and it's 8 p.m. and we have a whole night ahead of us. The pay-per-view normally starts at this time. What are we gonna do?
I know it was like 1:30 for me, and you're like, "What are you doing?" I'm going to bed.
Oh, we're gonna go get dinner.
Yeah,
with thousands of people walking out of the stadium.
I was like, "What are you guys doing?" You're immediately Sam's like, "Dinner."
Yep.
Dinner.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was thinking about, Scott. I do like the earlier shows. I think even with the Rumble this past year, it was really nice. Really nice to, be done before what, 11?
But yeah, I think because Rumble started at 6, and I know Elimination Chamber. By the time this comes out, it will already have passed. But Elimination Chamber starting at 7 on Saturday is not a bad start time either. So
you got 4 matches.
Yeah,
so
exactly. We'll probably still go for 3 hours plus.
Yeah,
the 2 chambers will go pretty long.
Probably 45 minutes to an hour each.
Kevin and Seymour gonna beat the Chevy Chop for 30 minutes.
Please give me 30 minutes of that unsanctioned match. Please.
Out Generico comes back out.
I really hope so. At some point, I know obviously we don't know what's happening yet, but still, I hope that there was some ridiculousness that happened during that match.
I know we're talking about WWE stuff for a second, but I'm glad YouTube brought Double or Nothing. They're finally getting out of Las Vegas this year.
That is also very true.
Yep. I'm glad you mentioned that. They're going to be what, in Glendale, Arizona?
Glendale, yep. At the
Yep.
Diamond Dest Arena.
Yeah, it's not like they're using it for hockey anymore, so you got to use it for something.
This is part of Scott's move. You don't have snow, you don't get a hockey team move.
Thank you.
He's like, we got him out of Arizona. Now let's get him out of Texas, Florida, and California next.
And Vegas.
Well, Vegas gets snow in the mountain area, which is close to it, so I will allow it. And obviously, Utah is a great place for it because half the damn state's always covered in snow in the wintertime. So that's good. Nothing south of the south. Nothing hockey-wise south of the Mason-Dixon line. Just,
Yeah, race the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup win, you fucks.
yeah, whatever. Move it up north.
As a Bruins fan, I'll second that.
Yeah.
And St. Louis, Florida, so.
Yeah, so it's good to see them. It's an interesting one that they've chosen. I know Ethan and I, when this first came, it was like Atlantic City would be like ideal. Like throw them over to Atlantic City. I mean, I'm thinking of what, WrestleMania 2 was it?
5, not 5.
No, not 2. Yeah, it was like
4, wasn't it?
It was there for a couple years in a row. So I think
4
it was
5?
4 and 5, I think.
It might have been 4 or 5 because 3 was at the Pontiac Silverdome.
Yep.
2 was the 3 locations, and I know 1 was Illinois, 1 was LA. That's why I thought the third one was Atlantic City. But I think it was 4 and 5 because 4 was, I think, the tournament.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then 5th was, I think, Hogan and Macho Man.
Yeah.
All right, let me double check that.
Yeah, because I always remember 6 being Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
I like the stairs on that, but yeah. So WrestleMania 4.
Yep.
Was it was called Trump, but technically it was Atlantic City Convention Hall. Technically,
Right.
You want to be all, and yeah. So 4 and 5.
Okay, and I think they might have gone back for another one, maybe 7.
No, 7 was in Indiana.
That was in the all right. I thought they went to Atlantic City a couple times outside of 4 and 5.
They might have now. We're
totally. Oh, I think Scott's taking a MetLife Stadium from 29.
Well, the problem is that's they. Anytime something happens at MetLife, it is Jersey, but it's considered New York.
Right, and that aggravates the shit out of me. But
and
that's for a different show.
And also, Atlantic City, if I'm not mistaken, is like nowhere close to New York.
No,
City.
It is not.
I think it's the further south down. I've never been.
You've never been to Atlantic City?
No, I think we need to make an ATR.
Yes. I haven't been to Atlantic City since I turned 21.
Yeah, we should.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, actually, I'm sorry. We are totally off kilter now.
Sorry, I take the blame on that one because you guys talked about it. Like, oh,
God damn it, Ethan! It's all your fault.
No, it's not. This ATR baby, we go off the script all the time.
Ain't that the truth, brother?
No, yeah, they've only been those 2 times.
Okay, all right, I don't know what I was.
I thought the same thing was God too, because sometimes, like, remember Sam, you were on the WrestleMania 6 with Tino watch along. But I go check that out. There's your plug right there. And Scott was on one before. I think 30 actually knew already.
Radio 30, yep.
Woo! Full circle, baby.
That's right.
When it comes crashing down.
So, regardless,
watch out, Ethan. That song's a little, it's.
I know.
Risque these days.
Looking forward to Mania. Looking forward to, I don't know, Double or Nothing over in Glendale. Again, there's plenty of other places with casinos I think they could do. We have some in Tampa. You could do some in Biloxi, Mississippi. I keep making fun of it, but the casino business is booming in Boston right now. Boston Foxborough area.
Dude, can you imagine WrestleMania in Foxborough Stadium?
Oh, I was still thinking Double or Nothing. But
okay, sorry.
But
do
I've
both.
been pushing SummerSlam needs to be outside. And that's where you take advantage of the stadiums up north. So again, Gillette Stadium holding SummerSlam.
That would be great.
Hey, wait.
John Cena retiring?
Did you say Gillette Stadium? One sec.
Gillette Stadium, I think, can hold 60,000, I think. And then when you have the floor seating, that's probably another 10, maybe. So that would be pretty good. Pretty decent size.
Oh, never mind.
No, I'm
Because
gonna-
like Foxborough like has like its own little like city around the stadium too. So
Patriot
yeah,
Place.
those yeah, Patriot Place would be rocking.
Granted, the parking sucks, but
Yes.
you're not parking near the commuter rails or somebody's front yard 3 miles down the road.
Someone's front yard.
Oh, you laugh, but that's the truth. During Pat's games, yeah, people would charge for them. People would charge people to park in their front yards.
Oh, I believe it.
Yep.
Yeah, they never built, and I don't understand this, and I've asked this question a million times. I was like, well, why would they need to do that? They don't have any parking garages. You either got the parking lot, and you got to be there super early.
Yep.
You either park at one of the end of the commuter rails. For example, I would park at the South Attleboro station,
Mhm.
and it brings you right to the stadium. So it brings you there. Yeah, I think you walk like, I don't know, quarter of a mile, if that.
Right.
Or if you're going to park in Foxborough and you don't get there in time, you're going to be parking on somebody's lawn.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, you're just going to be parking on somebody's lawn. I remember when I was at 33, because 40, that sports complex is incredible. I'm just going to say.
Right? Oh, I love that.
Everything was right there. You either Ubered there or you... Actually, there was nobody's house to park at. But WrestleMania 33... they were busing people from the arena in Orlando to the stadium. I don't know how much parking that was, but outside of that, there were lawns that will pay you $20, $100, park on in the driveway for tonight.
Yep.
And then people just walked back like it was like a mob of people. But regardless, getting off track. Yeah. A lot of announcements. I did think though, and I want to bring this up. I thought the announcement of Double or Nothing was very late in the game. It is the end of February at time of recording, and we got this announced.
Yep.
When is it? May? Beginning of May? Middle of May?
End of May. Because they're trying to keep it Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh. Okay.
Regardless, folks, we're gonna be covering that. That'll be the beginning, one of the beginning pay-per-views for our year 6.
Yep.
Year 5 of the Mega Media Championship, guys.
As
So-
of right now, the second show for season 6.
Because we start off with TNA's, what was it? Revolution?
So close, got Rebellion.
Damn, so close. Damn.
Speaking of Revolution, that's our next pick show.
That is true.
that's coming up very quick. I will be. We're gonna do that this coming week. We will drop that video. I will not be here to watch it live, so we will do our post show. Well, I won't even be here for the post show, will I? I
No,
won't be.
you're going on vacation. It's all right. Ethan and I can take care of that. We can do the post show.
You guys got the post show. You got this. You got this, girl. All right. And Roadblocks is shortly after that, isn't it?
March 11th, 2 days
Yep.
after Revolution.
Yep, it's just a Super Tuesday event for NXT and pretty much TNA. But honestly though, that card looks stacked already,
Oh, yeah.
and
Beef.
I'm very excited for it. Like I wish it was an actual premium live event because it's 2 hours is not enough for all the amazingness that's going to happen. And the one thing I do dislike about CW is they're going to silence all the holy shit chants that are going to happen, and it makes me very sad. I don't want to watch nothingness. I want to hear all the chants. So having it be on Peacock would have been better, but it is what it is.
One of the matches, I'm just going to get this off my chest now, and then I'm going to shop about it for a minute. So they're doing the winner takes all top for title match between
Oh, yeah. I figured you'd have something about this.
It is not a unification match. It is title versus title. 2 belts goes to one lady.
Right.
You separate them. Think of-
Unless
Don't you
there's
dare
a
say it.
disqualification.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Maybe this is I don't not see that match going to a I can't see either a woman winning this, especially Stephanie just won this title.
Yep.
Julia, they're pushing to the moon right now. Unless they're looking and going like, look, one of these ladies, we no, they need to just go up.
Yeah, I mean, that's very possible. Like, if Stephanie were to win this, Julia could easily get pushed right up to the main roster.
Well, there's reports going around saying that Wylam is injured. Like, Brian Alvarez said that Wylam's injured. And then PW said, Mike Johnson's like, screw it. I'm just going to tell you who it is. It's Julia.
Well, I mean, it's definitely possible. So,
yeah, there could be any of that. But it is nice looking at this where you don't want either one of them to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one of the few times I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, I want a disqualification.
Yeah.
Right? When the hell do we ever want disqualifications in wrestling?
Rarely.
Never. And it's like, this is ultra rare air that we're in.
Sorry, go ahead, Ethan. I
was just going to say, because, like, you're kind of, this is one of the situations you back yourself into a corner.
Yes, I agree.
Because, like Sam said, Fakir's the third ever Women's North American champion. Julia's the NXT Women's Champion. She just won that. When did she win that, Scott? New Year's Evil?
Yes.
Let's just go with that.
Sure. I don't remember exactly.
But, like, it's basically just take Keith Lee and Adam Cole, just women edition.
That still hurts my soul. Not seeing Keith Lee on my television on a weekly basis.
My soul.
Hurts my soul.
Something Cuddy's dream. Wow.
I just want Keith Lee to be healthy. That's all I want.
Oh. He was at TVs in Texas there a couple weeks ago.
Brother, I'm still watching stuff from the middle of January. I'm so far behind again. Like, I watched 2 shows yesterday, and I'm like, wow, I still have a long way to go. I'm just getting to Homecoming, where Timeless Tony Storm comes back. That's where I am. I'm so far back. It's not even funny.
Oops.
Work? No. That's it. Work's busy, and there's shit to do when I get home. So I don't have time to sit down and watch, a month and a half of wrestling. I'll get there eventually. But hey, this is what happens.
Yeah, where are we? Are you all caught up on NXT at least?
Yes.
All right.
And the WWE product, I'm always watching the first time because it's not because the other products are bad. It's just I'm really enjoying the ride that WWE is taking me on. So I'm going to make time to make sure I watch that.
Oh, absolutely. No, that was the thing. Again, we talk about. You talk about like the Attitude Era, or I'll even say the first 3 years of AEW. It was must-watch TV.
Yep.
And it was like, I don't want to miss this.
Right.
Where now, and again, AEW's been getting better. It's been It's not top of the line. Granted, I think the crowds are one thing. That's America. We have some splaining to do here. But NXT, man, I've been actually looking forward to NXT. I've been watching it. I watched it today.
Good.
I was just like, man, and I'm invested in everybody. Yep. I'm invested in everybody. I mean, this week's alone, we're gonna was it the opening match with Moose?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like Moose and Lexus King. Yes. Solid. He's why is again, and I hope NXT does not get a TNA gets screwed in this whole deal.
Right. Yeah.
But like, man, some of this talent, the way they're portraying them now, it's just like, man, they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is how they should feel on TNA. And for some reason, TNA is, it's TNA. I'm not going to watch that.
I honestly feel like they're doing a better job in NXT portraying the TNA talent than TNA does their own talent. And I feel like when the NXT stars come over, they treat the NXT stars better than they do their own TNA stars.
Yep.
I don't know why. That's the feeling that I get when I watch TNA. I'm also behind on TNA, but at least, because I don't have Access TV. So thankfully, one of the other channels has it on like a week delay. So I'm always behind, which is fine. But I'm thoroughly enjoying what I'm watching. But it's just, I just need more time to catch up.
Well, at least with NXT, I mean, Roadblock is looking good, like we said. Obafemi and Moose for the NXT title.
Bro.
Hardy Boys taking on Nathan Frazier and Axiom for the TNA titles.
Yep.
And Julia and Stephanie Valkyrie, like we said, winner takes all match.
Yep.
So, sorry, Zach, I gotta come for a second. That Obafemi Moose match, put an asterisk there for a second, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just, I'm gonna leave it right there for a minute.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna say.
I feel bad for not knowing.
I did get spoiled, so
No spoilers. We don't like those here.
I wasn't even trying to look, but they're like,
I know that's what happens. It sucks. Yeah. That's
Wait, was it spoiled online from somebody? You don't have to tell me what it was, but like,
yeah. So Scott, they did a live TNA again at Full Sail.
Yeah.
So they taped a little bit before TNA started, and then they did another taping like that Friday, which Mr. Sam needs to go to sometime. But so they did. So as this we're recording on Thursday tonight, they're doing Obafemi and the Hardys Against the System. As Monday drops, you know who won already. So basically, just keep an eye on that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Without fully spoiling it. So.
Okay.
Man, they need to get TNA on a bigger.
Yes.
Wrestling's on fire right now, and I think if TNA came back to a network that everyone could access, I feel like they'd be. I'm going to say this. And Scott, were you here with us, or was this Ethan and I? I don't remember who I was talking about this. So I've been listening to clearly a lot of things going on outside the world of wrestling. I pay attention to a lot of like political stuff, and I won't get into. We're not going to get into it, but at least from what I'm seeing, when you're looking at the ratings of the primetime shows for MSNBC, for CNN, for Fox News, these news stations that have been around for 40-something years are tanking.
Yep.
Like, some of these shows, they're getting... And I bring this up. There's a purpose I'm going to bring this up. We're looking at... I think Rachel Maddow has like 30,000 viewers. Joy Reid has about the same. Some of my podcasters who you just like, I don't know. I could tell you, like, I don't know who that is. They're 300,000 viewers on their YouTube channel. Like, for an episode. Millions of followers. That's YouTube. Now, wrestling, let's talk about AEW. We're going to talk about Collision. Collision gets a lot of flack. Oh, no, you're pulling in 300,000 per Nielsen. We're not talking about what's on Max because we don't know those numbers.
Right.
300,000 for Collision. Compared to 30,000 on a primetime news station.
Right. Yeah.
There's still... Collision is still killing it. So even if you brought TNA into the fold, I don't know, put them somewhere. Put them on...
They can stay on Thursdays.
Thursdays, ESPN, I don't know. Find a spot. I think they could thrive. I think TNA could be bigger again.
Yep, I agree.
Not quite big, though. We're not getting, when they were pushing a couple million, not that big, but
well, it's funny because like in the States it's on Access and TNA Plus. Up here in Canada, they took over Sportsnet 360. That's the biggest sports thing in Canada. That channel. Right. So they got that audience because WWE was on there for so long.
Right.
And then obviously the Netflix. Well, up in Canada, like everything got moved to Netflix.
Yeah.
So I can't watch SmackDown on USA Network. I looked. But it's funny when they go to Netflix, it's literally just like they show the wrestler. It's like do 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 the wait music. But TNA Plus, it's for Canadian people. Like you have to wait like if you don't want to watch it, if you don't have cable or whatever, like if you want to watch it on TNA Plus, you gotta wait like 2 weeks.
Oh really?
So, unfortunately, I think everywhere else, I think it like depends which country and what channels. But you get it on TNA Plus too. But ESPN would be kind of good. I could see. Fuck it, let's just be dicks. Let's put it on TNT.
Oh Jesus.
Well, okay. I mean, to be honest with you, I guess it'd be more complicated because they don't have a deal with AEW anymore. They work with WWE. But if I was, TNN, I'm like, man, we've been getting a lot of good outside of basketball, clearly, and the hockey stuff. Wrestling's still pretty hot. So what if we brought on another brand? Hell, put put NWA like a Saturday morning.
Right? I mean, with how things are going with NXT, put them on CW. They're already working together with NXT. Slide them into CW on a Thursday.
They already did that. That failed.
Well, but that was before. Now they're doing stuff currently, and NXT has been doing real good on CW. So
That's true. That's true.
times they are a changing.
No cocaine spots, Mr. James Mitchell.
No. But speaking of times be a changing, I read something today. The deal with Peacock is actually going to be up in the middle of 2026.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So will everything move to Netflix? Will my life be 100% easier? Can I finally cancel Peacock and not have to worry about paying $6 something a month anymore? I would love that.
And to be honest, Peacock really doesn't have anything.
No. Like, what do they have? The Office? I own the whole goddamn series. I don't have to worry about watching it on Peacock. We're fine.
And if I'm not mistaken, who owns them where half that content is on another streaming platform anyways?
Right.
Like,
yeah. So please unify all the stuff onto Netflix. They have
cut
a
my
10-year.
bill.
Huh?
Cut my bills.
Thank you. One less thing to pay for, because God knows we're paying for enough as it is. Price of eggs, $9 a dozen up here. It's insane. But anyways, I'm not going to get into that shit. We already talked about that. So let's move on.
1 month of Peacock is 1 carton of eggs at least.
Right? Seriously.
Yeah. So the other thing I thought was really cool about this episode of NXT, and again, this is I think a sign. I don't think it would have happened regardless if Vince McMahon was still head and it was Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Both TNA champions, or both TNA title matches were retained.
Mm-hmm.
Did not expect them to win, but that if this was the Vince era, no, they're not going to win. It's not going to be a non-title match, and they're going to lose.
Or it just wouldn't have happened. Vince would have been like, TNA what? Like, I don't know what they are. Get them out of here. I don't want any more. I had them earlier. It was Test and Albert with Trish Stratus. There's my TNA.
What is this shit, pal? Bruce! What is this crap?
So, like,
Bruce,
Moose, we're gonna name ya. We're gonna name ya
deer.
You're elk. You're gonna be an elk. You're gonna come out in antlers.
Oh, you're Ricky Starks? No, you're gonna be Ricky Ass.
Yeah, Ricky Farts.
You gotta be Ricky Farts, and you gotta fart on command. You gotta fart.
He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke.
All right. We're gonna rein this shit in. Holy shit.
Oh, come on. That was great content.
Well, it was, but god damn it, I'm tired of talking about Vince McMahon.
So
But regardless, no, this was great because I saw Moose winning. And I'm like, that's. I mean, could have said that, but it was just nice to see it in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
The Hardy Boys retaining, and they're on the line at the pay-per-view. I mean, at Roadblock, anyways.
that match with no Corey, that was actually non-title actually, but the faction matches. See, I think that should have been winner takes all. Because I mean, if Hardy's want to say they want to win every tag titles.
Yep, that would have been pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, there's still time, so you never know. There's still next week.
Everybody takes a water break.
Oof.
Yeah. Scott, you weren't here for last week's episode, and I figured we need to talk about the name change.
Yeah.
We've talked about it, and actually I've had some time to sit on it. You know what? It works. I
It
like
does.
it.
It does.
When
When I first saw the clip for it, because obviously I couldn't watch the show, I was like, Ricky Saints. I'm like, all right, it's not Ricky Starks, but it's kind of close. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. And then I saw the interview that Ricky did where he talks about why he chose, and I love that he chose this. This wasn't given to him. He chose this. Why it meant so much to him to pick Saints because of his roots with New Orleans. I was just like, perfect. It's all I need. I don't need to hear another goddamn thing. He is now Ricky Saints. The Revolution is once again televised, and I'm a happy camper.
No, yeah, absolutely. I really like when I saw that. That's kind of one of the things, and I think we forget that as much as we like. If he, he left in 3 weeks and now he's back on the indie scene. That's Ricky Starks. Perfectly cool with that. But Ricky Saints, it works. He's about it. Hey, it's because of his, his team. His football team growing up. It's like Lexus King. I actually had a problem trying to remember. Like, what the hell is son of Brian Pillman? Yeah, I had to do that while watching. Lexus King is definitely growing on me too. And he was another one. He's like, he wanted to stay out of his father's shadow and make his own name for himself.
Braun Breaker.
There's another one. Yep.
Granted, I think Breaker wear is what kills me. I think that's the piece that kills me. If it was like, I don't mind that. I don't mind the Braun name, but if it was like Braun Steiner,
it would have worked better. I think like a lot of people look at the NXT 2.0 wrestlers with a little bit of disdain because of how radically NXT changed once they went from black and gold to NXT 2.0. And a lot of people soured on a lot of the wrestlers that were there. Like I remember people I think the only ones that really kind of left unscathed were Carmelo.
Roxanne Perez.
And Roxanne Perez.
Because she came from the indies with her own name.
Correct. Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, because she was Roxy. And then they made the whole name after that.
But it was pretty much. But it was pretty much kind of, it was just an addition. It wasn't like they completely changed.
Right, they didn't completely change it, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some names there. But again, I think at this point it's becoming less and less of a thing for me. There is certain talent. Yeah, there's always gonna be talent. I don't like the name changes. Actually, AEW, there has been a couple of name changes where I'm like, what the hell is that? Like Adam Copeland is now Cope.
Yeah. He's the rated R superstar Cope.
I refuse to call him Coop.
I know. Coop. He's a bunch of chickens.
Yeah, especially called the chicken.
Yeah.
Well, they were still calling Luchasaurus Kill Switch up until he's been out of.
Yeah, he's been out for a while. I saw on one of the last episodes I watched, somebody had a missing sign looking for Luchasaurus. I was just like, oh. I hope that he's doing well. I mean, he had a near-death experience, so
I bet he got cleared.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's good to hear. So hopefully he comes back and absolutely destroys Christian.
Him and Sky Blue, Mrs. Kyle Fletcher.
Yes, I miss that.
Okay, I get. Did Randy Orton have 2 kids 20 years ago? Because Miles Bourne and Kyle Fletcher look like
bro. I love how you talk about Miles Bourne. This week's episode of NXT.
Thank you. I knew. I must have to bring it up.
You're not Orton, and I was just like, Cincy, I love you. Thank you. It's just so funny.
Well, the reason because he kind of looks like him, which is
absolutely.
But there's a video where he was doing the Orton pose, and he looked over, and Orton's just there. He's like, "Uh-oh," and then, and you think Orton was gonna the veteran chew him out, right? But he's like,
"Yeah." I saw it. Yeah.
And he's like, and Miles Bourne after he left, he's like, "Phew."
Yeah. It's Randy. Could have turned it into an RKO from
Vic Joseph kind of did him dirty. So when people don't know when the Hardy Boys came out, obviously they get big ovations. Vic Joseph, it's so loud here that even Miles Bourne can hear. I was like, no. Yep. And Miles Bourne's like, I definitely kind of heard that. I was like, what a champ for making that joke, but because Miles Bourne's half deaf, right?
Love Vic Joseph. The work that he does on NXT with the Easter eggs and just the one-liners, he is the next voice of WWE. He's just so good at what he does. Him and Booker are my absolute favorite thing to listen to. And adding Corey in there, it's a little awkward, especially with the thing that Corey tried to do. Apparently, he tried to his whole outburst on X was to try to create a storyline, and WWE brass is like, yeah, it's not going to work for us, brother. So I don't know. I mean, it works because he can kind of have his one-liners in there every once in a while, and now we don't have to, he doesn't have to. Well, we don't have to contend with Carmella being there anymore because she didn't get a renewed contract, so she's gone. So it kind of makes you wonder how long Corey will stay there. So we'll see.
Well, she's got drop foot from pregnancy, right? So
yeah, I don't know the whole situation, but I did see something I think today actually talking about how she did not get a renewed contract, and I guess she's going to go on a podcast and talk about it. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be somebody not Corey because his is kind of attached to WWE.
come on to show Leah Van Dale. Come on. Hey, you want to pass the rating? Let's add wrestlers on here. Come on.
I mean, it's very true.
There's few wrestlers following us. Karrion Kross, we're looking at you. Can I just say his social media promos are fucking fantastic?
It's amazing. And he put out a tweet recently, actually, now that you mentioned that he's felt the shift of fans coming to his side now on things. And I'm sitting there going, brother, I've been on your side since you were in, actually, was this before or after TNA? I don't know. When he was in Lucha Underground, it was your Lucha Underground moment of the night, he was just like ruthless. And then he tried to do the same thing in TNA, and it was good, but it wasn't quite at that level. And then
missing a gear, like something was
just, he was sputtering a little bit. It was whatever. Then he came to WWE for his first run, and while I enjoyed it, Vince did terrible things to him. We won't talk about the mask because gross. But his second one has been better, and the ballad of Karrion Kross with all the wrestlers and how they've all kind of like gone a little bit to the dark side ever since he's had something to do with them is probably my favorite long-term storytelling that's been happening in the last 3-4 years. It's just been wonderful to watch unfold. And a lot of people miss it. And I think recently they finally started catching on because I've seen a lot of the memes going around on X talking about how, certain people would interact with him and then all of a sudden things would just flip. It started, I think Ray might have been one of his first ones. And, Shinsuke, obviously New Day being the most recent.
True.
Yeah. So it's been good to watch.
How you get the angel and the devil?
Yeah. I mean, he's just the devil, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know who the angel would be, but you get that. He's like, no.
Yep.
Do the bad stuff.
Yep. He's always telling you the truth, just like Drew McIntyre.
We acknowledge Karrion Kross on this show.
Yes, we do.
Now that's a dude who should have been world champion,
bro.
Well, okay, sorry, he was NXT champ, but still, you know what I mean.
See, that NXT title reign of his, it always gets marred by the promo from Adam Cole that absolutely undressed him and just made him look like absolute garbage. And
was that his first or second run? I think that was the second run.
I think so, but that promo from Cole always sticks in my brain because it's just like, damn. Because he had all the lights, the girl, and everything else, and Adam Cole's like, I just need the bell to ring. I'm like, fuck, goddamn, that's so.
Did him dirty on because that first raid he broke his.
Yeah, he was injured and he had to drop the title. Yeah,
and then second time, and yeah, that's why everybody remembers for the second one. See Adam Cole promo, like you cut, dude, you didn't have to do him like that.
Yeah, nearly killed him.
Yeah, jeez. By the way, he looks better with the hair.
Yes, 100%. And have you seen this man breaking bats with his leg and his arms? Like, yes. Jesus. Like, don't put me in a headlock, sir. My head will pop off.
So
literally.
If you haven't seen, so basically, I think one of them made on ESPN. I think, but yes. Basically, he took a bat and I think he had a towel on him, and he's trying to, and you hear his fuck. And Scarlett's like, "Did you break your arm?" No. Crack. The bat breaks 2 seconds later.
Yeah. He just did it a little while ago and he cracked 3 bats. at the
I'll be
same
scared.
time.
I'd be
At the
scared
same
breaking my arm.
time. It's insane. Yeah.
Fucking put back in NXT.
Yeah, so NXT, I feel like this is going to be our talking point for the next couple of... Might be the talking point of the summer. This rate.
The summer of NXT.
There you go. I like it.
It's a good way to celebrate our 5 years. 5 years, guys. Are you following us? Are you part of the Bedlam for 5 years? You should be. Yeah, I can't think I'm saying this, and by the time we drop this, something else will happen. I'm like, damn it, we should have waited like 5 minutes.
It's what happens every time. But it is what it is.
Single time. Say what the pick shows. We're like, okay, we got all the matches. And then AEW's like, fuck you. Here's 6 more.
And that's just on 0 hour.
Do not count. Do not count. Do not count.
All right. Well, I think that's what we got. That's what we got. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Ethan, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you at?
Everywhere. Not showing it out. You can follow me you can follow me on Twitter, wrestling_fan_9. On here, on Above the Ring, Twitter for the Japan stuff. BodySlam.net, pwmania.com. Jesus Christ, right for that sites. Pro Wrestling Wire. You can follow those sites. That's right. Everything under the sun. No pun intended. And you can follow me on here as we talk about Rising Sun and ATR 4. Go ahead, Scott.
For me, you can pretty much find me everywhere as Scotty J Stream. I guess we're still going with North American ex-champion for me. Talking about everything that happens on this side of the Western world when it comes to wrestling. I'm also 1/3 of ATR's War, and some breaking news for the boys. I have not really signed, but I have been talking to another one of my wrestling friends, and I'm going to resurrect the A Joy of You from Above the Ring, my interview series where I talk to my friends about wrestling. So I have one scheduled for the middle of March. So look for that. Probably mid-March, late March. So that'll be fun. I'm going to try to see if I can get more people on, try to talk to some more wrestlers, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so it's nice to have something on my own to do for Above the Ring and for Bedlam Media.
You know what we should do? I should give you a chance to sit down, and if you're going to do interviews, you should interview Ashley.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'll walk away. I'll let you to your own devices and see how that one goes.
Welcome to Dark Side on Sam's house.
The Dark Side of the Ring. The Ashley edition.
Above the booties.
above the dumpies.
Oh, that's it. Dumpies. Why did that not click? Well, anyways, you can find me as the SOB official. I handle the Bedlam Media account, media_Bedlam. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Ethan is dying on the side. We are on all streaming platforms, including YouTube. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, guys. Our 5-year anniversary. We're trying to get to, I don't know, 120 before Mania. I'm just gonna ask 120. Not much.
It's a good number.
Sounds good. We're on all streaming platforms. Like I said, if you cannot find us, please let us know. We'll put ourselves on there on your streaming platform. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review. Tell people why Above the Ring and Bedlam Media is the podcast that you're choosing and why they should listen to us as well. Guys, thanks so much for listening. I always do this because we don't ship it anymore. We're out of time. Just don't forget to join the Bedlam.
Thanks, guys.